Hey DJ, where do one-legged waitresses work?
I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. We've been lying to you this entire time. We're not actually friends. Before this, we didn't even know each other. His name isn't even Paul, it's Frankie Feinstein. He's not from Maryland, he's from Queens. We're having an entire identity crisis today.
Is that like... Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that the Meghan Trainor and Chris Olsen thing?
I don't know. I just made it up in my head.
Oh, because that's what they say about Meghan Trainor and Chris Olsen is that, like, they thought they were childhood friends, but they're actually not, and it was this whole thing online where they had to, like, clarify that Meghan Trainor and Chris Olsen actually are not childhood friends, and yes, Meghan Trainor did pay him at first, and I'm sure she still does, but they are friends. And
Lord knows I don't pay you to be my friend.
yeah, I did watch her podcast for a little bit. It was
Anyways,
entertaining for a minute. She's a little too PG for me. I like Megan, no shade, no tea, and I like Chris, so no tea, no shade.
God bless you for trying to find a cut in there for the intro music.
Oh, I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I always find the cut.
And welcome back to another episode of Crips and Corks. I'm your host, DJ, here with my co-host, Frankie Fleischl.
Hi, it's me, as usual. Wait, I have to get back into the German accent. That name sounds German. Guten Morgen, I'm Frankie, whatever the last name was.
Fleischl,
inventor of the Fleischl Jack.
Oh my god. Wait, the way you messaged me randomly one day this week, Guten Morgen, it's me, Annalise, and you misspelled Annalise.
I think that moment was so funny.
Not only did you misspell Annalise, you managed to misspell Anna and Lise.
And that's okay. Her name is spelled super weird. It's not my fault.
It's German!
Yeah, it's spelled fucking weird. And at this point, I'm not sure if we pronounced her last name correctly.
It's Michelle.
Because I'm not sure if it's Michelle or Michael.
It's Michelle.
Mickle. It might be Mickle. I just heard another podcast. They were pronouncing it Mickle, so I'm not sure.
One, because I listened to 4 podcasts in preparation for that episode.
Maybe they were doing it just to be funny then. I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't know. Who knows? It's last podcast on the left. Shout out. Love them.
Guten Morgen, Annalise Michelle. Or Guten Morgen, Annalise Mikkel.
Mikkel?
It would be like Mikkel. Like,
that would
like
be...
almost Russian.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about Annalise Michelle.
Before we keep going, though, keep recording. I just have to pee really quick. I'm so sorry. I thought I could hold it.
Oh my God. Okay.
It'll be 2 seconons. Don't stop recording because that'll make it so hard for me to match the audio again. So keep it going. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh gosh.
We need elevator music. Jesus Christ.
It's DJ's birthday!
Oh my God.
Bum, 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 bum. Happy birthday, DJ! We got you a cake. I don't have a regular candle, so you get a Bath & Body Works candle on your cake. You're welcome. Let me get this lit. Happy birthday to DJ. Happy birthday to DJ. Happy birthday, dear DJ.
Please don't
Happy birthday to you. Blow out your candle.
Thank you.
Yay! And the candle is champagne toast scented, and we have champagne.
Wait, the way you... Oh my God! Wait, hang on. I need to show this to the camera. This is too funny.
Okay.
Wait, hang on.
I did not have a regular birthday candle.
Wait, he put the candle literally on top of the icing.
Yeah, it's like crushing the cake.
This is so...
It was a really pretty cake before I put the Bath & Body Works candle on it.
This is so funny.
Yeah, we didn't have a regular candle, so you get a Bath & Body... Well, you can't keep it. That's my candle.
I figured.
I get the candle back. But it's champagne toast scented. Like, and we have champagne for your birthday.
Is this why you kept insisting you got the dessert?
Yes, exactly. And
I didn't put it together until you said you had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, okay. And then you walked in there, and I heard the shower curtain go open, and I went, oh shit, the day of reckoning is here.
And I hope the microphones picked up every sound in that bathroom I made. So,
I don't know. I was just in here cackling by myself.
So, and now that you're 42, and all your years of wisdom that you have now, how does it feel? How's your birthday? How does it feel?
My back hurts.
Mood.
Well, I'm just gonna lead into I'm gonna take this into how was my week, because a lot of shit went down.
All right, tell me what's going down.
I got banned from Grindr.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I just went in there to check my messages because I have this bad habit of opening it and then closing it and then getting inundated with messages and not checking them for 3 days.
That's great. Well, maybe it's all the catfishing. You keep using those pictures of Charlie Puth as your profile picture.
That is true. But no, I opened it up and it goes, this account has been banned. And I went...
Maybe. Do you think it was your last encounter? They said, blah.
I can't even tell you what my last in-person encounter was
Getting banned from Grindr is crazy, and we're not even that famous yet to where people would think you're not actually who you say you are.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, but I'm at the point in my life where I went, okay, no more Grindr.
Right, we're back to Tinder, guys. So if you're on Tinder in the Pittsburgh area, watch out. Hide your sons. He's coming.
I'm not even.
Well, I guess you're not coming because you're not on Grindr, so I guess you're not coming.
Nope. How sure we call.
My week was fine. I really didn't prepare anything for my week because I figured we would talk more about your birthday. So,
okay.
Any fun plans for your birthday besides going out with the beautiful, illustrious me?
No, because you're actually abandoning me my birthday weekend.
I will. I'm going on a trip to New York. Tell your friends.
Leaving me here by myself. And I share my birthday with my cousin, who's like my sister.
Yeah.
Which is not cute at all.
Right.
Any of you who share a birthday with a sibling, unless you're twins and you've always done it, it's just awful.
I can imagine. Plus, your birthday's the day after Christmas, so combining Christmas with your birthday, that sucks.
I know, and I actually work on my birthday this year because last night you were nice enough. After you got off work, you were like, if you just meet me at my house when I get done, we can go out for a drink. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And this year it's I'm going to get off work and I'm going to be like, nah, I'm going to bed.
Right. We'll get them next year. It'll be fine.
It's fine. I'm getting older. We don't have to mark birthdays as often. This is just
we're mature.
It's just the 6th. I mean, I don't even celebrate my birthday.
Right.
This is the 6th anniversary of me turning 22.
Period. Get into it. 22 plus whatever. I don't
6.
know. Okay, yeah, math. That was a good one.
It's 28.
Yeah, that's good math, DJ.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of math, let's get into today's Pop Culture Corner.
What does Pop Culture Corner have to do with math? I'm out of here.
Wait, what?
If Pop Culture Corner has anything to do with math, I'm out.
Oh, nothing. There's nothing to do with math.
Oh, thank God. I was going to leap out the window.
We have changed our minds about Brianna Chicken Fry. She's out. We're done. Okay. So she's been coming after her good Judy. So she did a podcast with Grace O'Malley. Mm-hmm. And now she's done with Zach Bryan, she's now turned on Grace and she's shading her and things and saying that she gave Grace her career and everything. And she didn't post anything on her socials about the Zach Bryan thing. But at the same time, Brianna Chicken Fry never posted anything on her socials about Grace's stand-up comedy. So it's this whole thing, but the internet is taking Grace's side, and I agree. I'm on Grace's side. Yeah, so basically she won and lost the internet in less than a month. Well, 2 months, I guess.
That's a feat.
Yeah.
Normally, you only do that when you, cook up something to get sympathy and then you're found out.
Yeah.
Which, this could be... I'm not saying that anything that happened between her and Zach Bryan is false, but what I'm saying is she probably, drummed it up to get the sympathy and to get a little bit of fame.
I think people had theories exactly like you were saying. I think people were saying the same thing. So that's a good theory. That's a good theory. But this is a Grace O'Malley Stan podcast now.
Yes.
Love Grace O'Malley.
And
Shout
honestly,
out. She's
if
funny.
you want to get really famous with very little work, just go the Kim K route, have sex with a celebrity, and then put it out there and pretend like it wasn't you. And just like, yeah, it was me. I don't know how I got out here, but I stand by it.
You heard it here first, kids.
We all know Chris uploaded it to Pornhub herself. We all know.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm not accusing this as a theory, legally speaking.
Legally.
Just
a theory.
Kris Jenner, please don't come after me. You're worth a lot more than me. I have nothing to give you.
Right, you can't take anything from us because we have nothing. But I will say, I am taking notes from the Brianna Chicken Fry, Grace O'Malley drama for when I eventually turn on my best friend that I do a podcast with. Don't worry, it's not you, it's the other one. So I'm
You
taking
have another
notes
best friend?
so I win.
You're cheating on me?
Oh, I cheat on everyone, trust and believe. I've been a cheat.
I have a crazy story about cheating with you off air because it's not somebody who cheated on me, so I can't talk about it on the podcast.
I got you. Last thing about Pop Culture Corner. I actually don't cheat on people, but last thing, I'm not a cheater, I promise. Last thing about Pop Culture Corner before we get into the champagne. We are simping over the Nosferatu cast. Everyone in the cast is so cute, so hot, so fine.
Yes.
We are simping, and I can't wait to watch the Nosferatu movie. So more on that to come when that movie eventually comes out. Very excited about that. Do you have anything to add to the Nosferatu thing?
No, they are very cute. But this is pop culture right now, and this might be done by the time this episode comes out. But the Pepe the King Prawn memes on TikTok, you know, where it's like the story like the choir version of Like a Prayer. And it's like the embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
I am living for them. I am laying in my bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, cackling over these people who are like, I shat myself on a date.
It's so crazy how much of them are about like shitting themselves.
I want to do one so bad, but I guess my first date was pretty embarrassing because it was my first boyfriend who is a neighbor, and his mom drove us, and she's like, I'm gonna drop you off and I'm gonna go to the mall and just call me when you're done. And like we sat down, and like 5 minutes after we sat down, she comes in, but she's wearing this ridiculously oversized sun hat and ridiculously oversized glasses. And she's like making like, no, I can't be over there. I need to be a couple tables over from them, like over there. And then she's like sitting and she's like watching us over the menu. And the waiter's like, can I get a drink for? She's like, no, you're interrupting me, so she can watch the entire date.
That sounds like a lie.
It was a whole lot. She still texts me sometimes because she doesn't understand that I dumped her son because he cheated on me.
Ooh.
It has legitimately been over a decade. We are 15 years old.
Now, is this a dead boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I did not kill him. He died in a car accident.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he died in a car accident, or allegedly I had nothing to do with it.
Both.
Fair.
Figure it out.
But yeah, she's still, like, 13 years on. Can't get it through her skull that I broke up with her boyfriend because he cheated on me.
Well, I feel bad because her son's dead. That's sad. That's probably why she can't let it go, because he died. Just
after I broke up with him, like a full year after I broke up with him.
Well, he's still dead, DJ.
Well, she should have moved to Milwaukee then.
Why will Milwaukee?
She had family in Milwaukee.
Oh. She should... Okay, she should have went to a better place. Milwaukee.
No, she moved to Milwaukee, and that's where her son died.
Oh, she's still in Milwaukee.
Yeah, she's still in Milwaukee.
Oh. Okay, well, do you have anything else to add?
I did not do it because I could not grease the brakes or cut them because I don't know where the brakes are.
Exactly. We don't know anything about cars.
Let's drink.
Did we turn off the heat?
Yes.
Okay, period.
That's like the water or something.
Okay. So, this is J. Roger Champagne Brut. There's no description. It just says sparkling wine. Wine. Yeah, wine. Okay, so let me point this right at DJ as I open it. No. Okay.
I get 28 years and nothing else.
ASMR pop. I'm so nervous. Oh. Well, that was disappointing. I thought it was gonna pop. That's a little concerning that it didn't pop, but what can you do?
That smells a little concerning.
Champagne problems. You won't remember all my champagne problems.
I'm going to teach you how to pour champagne right here, right now on camera.
I wish
Tilt the glass.
Okay.
And you want to do a slow pour.
I love a slow pour. It looks so pretty. Ooh.
See?
Don Perignon, you bought it. Oh, shit.
Do you want more?
This is fine.
Okay.
All right. Happy birthday, DJ. Cheers to the one and only, the best co-host I've ever had.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay. That was not worth the $200.
You didn't pay $200 for that because it didn't even have a cork.
Right, no. I paid like $8 for that. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not very good. I probably should have paid like for the $14 one. I apologize about that one. You could have at least
got an entree.
What? Oh, cheese and crackers would have been good with the champagne. I love some cheese and crackers, girls. All my cheese and cracker girlies, sound off in the comments.
I nearly bought cheese and crackers for our dinner tonight, but then I figured that was too much.
It's fine. We'll get them next time. How many grapes are you going to rate it?
I'm going to give it 3 because it's not good champagne at all, but it could have been a lot worse.
You know what? I agree with that. I'm going to go 3 grapes too because it's not very good. It could have been better, but it's not the worst.
I think it's safe to say, I think we should establish that when it comes to our rating system, 4 and 5 are good, 3 is neutral, 2 is bad, 1 is yuck.
Okay, period. From now on, when you hear our ratings, that's what our ratings mean.
Full year in, we finally explained what the rating means.
Well, it took us more than half a year to actually start the ratings instead of just that's good.
This is an organic pod.
We're growing.
We're finding ourselves. We're making granola and going on hikes.
Yes, going to, Whole Foods? Yeah. Erewhon.
Live, laugh, love. This is the day the Lord has made. I do have my Ugg boots on.
DJ is wearing Ugg boots, and I did call him out for that when he walked into my home. Girl, you better be able to get your ass back up. Girl, you had 2 sips and you're tipping over.
I lost my balance because I was putting my leg all up in the air. I can't do it like when I was younger.
Girl, oh my God.
Tell me a story.
All right, DJ. Let me tell you a story. What do tornadoes, the Wild West, and the Skeleton Museum of Osteology all have in common? They are all things Oklahoma is known for. I've always had a deep, deep love for Oklahoma. As DJ knows, I can't stop talking about it. Oklahoma doesn't get the love it deserves, and I think Oklahoma is one of the treasures of the Midwest. But this Midwest jewel isn't all natural gas production and agriculture, silly. Oh my gosh. There's a dark side to Oklahoma. And there is one building in particular that stands as a grim reminder of the past. Today, we will be discussing the haunted Black Jail in Guthrie, Oklahoma, that is also known as the Samaritan Cult House.
I'm so upset that Mike is in Europe and I can't call him because he lived in Oklahoma for 4 years.
Really?
I want to call him and just put it up to the microphone and go, Mike, tell Paul something about Oklahoma and let him go.
I love Oklahoma.
Have you ever been to Oklahoma?
No, and I don't need to go to Oklahoma to know that I have a deep, deep burning passion and desire for Oklahoma.
Please, any listener who lives or has lived in Oklahoma or has visited Oklahoma, please write in and tell us something about Oklahoma that was not in that bio.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I did Google things Oklahoma is known for, and I picked the first three.
I swear to God, that sounded like it was from the Oklahoma State Board of Tourism. Like you just stole it from their website.
If you want to sponsor us, Oklahoma Tourism.
Oh my God.
And when you clock us in Oklahoma.
Could you imagine ending every podcast with special thanks to the great state of Oklahoma. We are sponsored by the State Board of Education.
Could you imagine?
State Board of Tourism.
Could you imagine if Oklahoma actually sponsored us? The whole state.
Is this my camera?
Yeah.
Oklahoma, don't sponsor us. The superintendent of your Board of Education is an idiot, paying all that money for the Trump Bibles when they could have gotten them far cheaper.
The way you know who that person is insane. Your political knowledge is crazy.
Thank you. When are we going to start our political podcast on the side?
I don't know. We'll get to it.
Anyways, tell me about the Samaritan cult.
Do you know anything about the Samaritan cult?
I know the Bible story where they got their name from, I'm sure.
Okay.
But the cult itself, no. I avoid cults because I think they're idiots.
Yeah. Well, the Samaritan Cult House is located in Guthrie, Oklahoma, like I said before, and it's actually an old jail that was built in 1892, and that was actually before Oklahoma became a state. And for reference, Oklahoma actually became a state in
1900.
Yes. No, 1907.
Shit, I was in Oklahoma. I should have known that. That's the whole point of the show.
Like the state?
No. Oh, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
We don't gotta scare the children like that, DJ. We ain't gotta do all that.
Excuse me, I am a classically trained singer.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard just now either.
You hit my G-spot. I will sing anything.
Girl... I'm gonna we're going right over that.
Keep going.
So, the jail was labeled the Black Jail by inmates because of its dark-colored walls.
Okay, well, thank God it's that, because...
yeah.
Oklahoma in 1907.
Yeah, well, 1892.
1892 is even worse.
Yeah, it wasn't anything racial. It's because how dark the walls were. And this jail was actually considered to be unescapable. Now,
the number of times it's like, this jail is unescapable, somebody escaped.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think anyone actually escaped.
Oh.
There's no stories of anyone escaping. But the inmates of this jail actually did experience inhumane living conditions. There's reports of people actually dying from dehydration in the summer because the walls were so thick it kept the heat in. And people died of dehydration in the summer. And then in the winter, people would die from flu and other respiratory illnesses that they would get.
I thought you were going to say, because a lot of jails built at this time, like they didn't actually have windows, they just had bars over openings.
Oh,
and so it would trap the heat in the summertime, and it would trap the cold in the wintertime. So you either roasted to death,
or froze.
These people said it was like ovens in there.
Yeah, well, that's most likely what this was like. It was like an oven, and then in the winter,
an ice box.
Exactly.
So you either froze, depending on the time of year.
So already we have these deaths from inhumane conditions in this jailhouse. Now, after the jail closed, it became a home to a Nazarene church. And
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. And for those at home, the Nazarenes, they're actually a form of Protestants. So it is a part of a branch of Christianity, right? And the church, they were there for a little bit, but in 1970, they would relocate.
You might not know this. They're not like one of them. They're not like a main religion. They're like one of those culty ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I imagine it's one of those weird offshoots of...
like Pentecostal, Evangelical, Baptist.
Yeah.
I said what I said. I'm looking at you, Greensboro.
Is there any other part of the religion you would like attack while you have this moment?
You know Catholics aren't so hot, and I say that as a Catholic.
Yeah, I agree. But before we dig ourselves into another hole, let's keep going.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you're a Christian sect and you allow gay marriage and you give to the poor, we like you.
Period. Get into that. Now, then, after they relocated, the jailhouse would sit empty for a long time, and that would sit empty until 1991.
Oh no.
And
Nothing good came out of the 90s except for you and me.
I agree with that.
And
That's
Titanic.
one thing I agree with.
And Celine Dion. I'm done.
Okay, period. Now, this is when the Samaritan cult would actually start living in the jailhouse, okay? Now, Linda Green is the leader of the Samaritan cult, and at its prime, the cult had 350 members, okay? Now, let me tell you some of the beliefs of this cult. They have some very...
Okay. Real quick before you get into the beliefs. Okay. I have to ask, did they call themselves the Samaritan cult, or did they call themselves, like, the Church of the Samaritans and Jesus Christ, or, like, something crazy like that?
They called themselves the Samaritan Foundation.
Okay.
So, but I'm saying Samaritan cult because they're a cult.
Yes, I got you. I just wanted to know because most of those cults had wild-ass names.
Yeah, no, their actual name was the Samaritan Foundation, and it is so hard to find basically anything on them. There's, like, nothing about them on the internet. I really had to deep dive to find shit on this cult. So, some of the beliefs they had is that you can dispel negative energy by projecting it into celebrities who are actually zombies.
Wait. I think I've heard of this.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Let me
keep going.
But if celebrities are not available for you to project your negative energy into, you can use soy milk. You project... Wait. This is a very real belief, TJ.
Wait, first of all, what do you mean if the celebrity's not available? Like, do you have to call them on the phone? Like, wait, this is the 90s, like, I'm stuck on call waiting. Do you think they're available or not?
Well, we'll get into their views on phones later.
Oh, Jesus.
But I'm not sure why soy milk, but they would project the feeling.
I can just imagine, like, the glass of soy milk and just being like... Wait, is that how you did it?
No,
I was going to do it, like, much more like... Jesus Christ. This is a very serious episode.
Yes, it is very serious. And once they would project their energy, this negative energy into the soy milk, they would dump it down the drain to get rid of their negative energy.
Okay.
Now, one of their more concerning beliefs was that Linda was actually Christ or God because she was giving up her soul for everyone else to survive.
Wait. Is she the one who was kind of bipolar and she pretended to be an invalid and, like, there's videos of her shouting and berating cult members?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Her. There's actually very little video of her. This cult is not, like, it was not very publicized at all. It was very low-key, okay? Now, they also did have talks of an antichrist that would eventually come for Linda, you know? So if there's a Christ, there has to be an antichrist.
It's me.
And they actually did, like, rituals, too. They had their own symbols they made and stuff. So, like, they did rituals, too. It was pretty wild cult. So, now, all of these beliefs were pretty secret until 1993. And that's when a mother got caught up with the Samaritan Foundation, and he tried to take her 2 children away from their dad and run away with the Samaritans, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously, the dad was not happy about this, okay? So he took her to court and said, like, hey, the Samaritans, they brainwashed my wife. She's trying to take my kids. We gotta give me custody of my children, okay? Now, of course, the court did rule in favor of the father, thankfully. And after this ruling, they ruled in favor of the father, and this would make the authorities and, like, the people in the courts, law enforcement, aware of the cult, because before this, they really, like, didn't have anything on the cult. They didn't even really know the cult existed, because, like I said before, this was a very low-key cult, which really isn't a great way to run a cult.
No.
Because if you're going to be low-key about it, like, how are you going to get new members? Like,
and also, with the cults don't want people like you or me. Mm-hmm. Like normal people.
Right. They want...
Which is what most of their base is made up. They want bankers. Like, I mean, like, big money bankers. They want surgeons. They want influential people. Movie stars who are not only going to bring more people into the cult, but also provide money, skill, like vital skills, because like a lot of cult leaders eventually, like if they make it, like if they don't do something stupid like Jonestown where they kill everyone, or they don't get raided like Waco, they're gonna get old and they're gonna get really sick, and maybe not even get old because they're probably hogging all the food and they're going to get like diabetes, gout, and heart problems because they're eating all the good food and like fast food and stuff while they're depriving it from everyone else. And they're going to need those people to keep them going. Because even if you believe the lies you're telling, there's some part of you that realizes, I am not Christ. I am not a God. I am going to die.
Right. And you got to keep those people enthralled, right? And when you say that, that's exactly what the Church of Scientology does. They enlist movie stars and whatnot.
Tom Cruise.
Exactly. Right. I feel like that Ariana Grande meme. She's like, right.
Did they have brains or knowledge?
Don't make me laugh.
They were popular. Right.
Exactly. So,
did they have real beliefs? Don't make me laugh. They had Tom Cruise. Right.
Exactly.
That's the meme. That's the meme.
So, right off the bat, you guys can see, not a very well-run cult. And so, moving forward into 1995, when Linda Green's fifth husband, Alan Ross, went missing.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I did say fifth husband.
What happened to the other four? Did they also go missing?
No, they just, divorced.
Okay.
So, they did find Alan's body 5 years later in Cheyenne, Wyoming, at the cult's last known address in the crawl space.
That's where I heard it from, but I've heard it as a true crime story.
Yes, okay. Yes, they found his body in the crawl space. Now, you might be asking, well, what happened to the Samaritan cult house? Well, after that custody battle that I just talked about, the police raided the cult house, and they found there were 30 people living in there, and they weren't good conditions, so they ended up condemning the house, so they had to move houses, and they went to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay.
And did they move into like a McMansion that they weren't paying for?
I didn't hear that part of the story.
Okay, that might have been another cult.
There's so many cults with similar stories. No.
You would think. I mean, every cult story you hear, there's these common through lines. Mm-hmm. You would think they would learn from one another.
You think, but like we said before, if you're running a cult, you're probably not, the smartest. But actually, I take that back. The followers probably aren't the smartest, but the leaders, you have to have a little bit of knowledge to convince people to
Yes, be a successful cult, you have to have organization, but the problem is, and I heard this from a true crime podcast talking about cults, is that cults are really successful until the leader starts believing his own lies.
Yes.
And that's when it falls apart.
They go crazy.
And it's when it's, but I am Jesus Christ. I don't need to organize. I am Jesus Christ. That's where it falls apart.
T. Now, you may be asking yourself, what happened in those 5 years? Why did the police not look for Alan's body beforehand? What really made the police go and finally search this house to find Alan's body?
A rancid smell?
Welp, nope. It was actually Linda Green's ex-husband, the fourth husband, that contacted the police to tell them that Linda was crazy, and she was the one who killed Alan Ross. Now...
Are you going to tell me her fourth husband helped her kill her fifth husband? Are you about to tell that to me?
I'm not about to tell that to you. I'm about to tell you that after the police were contacted by the fourth husband, Linda would actually fax the police. Because remember, they don't like phones. And you know why they
Why don't they like phones? Why don't they?
Because that's how vampires track you. Exactly. She was worried about Edward Cullen tracking her. She was worried about getting tracked by vampires on the phone. But fax was safe. Okay.
Wait. She is terrified. Hello? This is the skin of a killer. What's her name?
Belle. Oh, Linda. Linda.
This is the skin of a killer, Linda.
So I guess the vampires track you through your voice on the phone. I don't know. But she faxed them, and the fax said that someone was trying to frame her for the murder. And yeah, so the police went and they found it. They found his body.
Can I be honest? It's not a good look that you get accused of murder, and before like anyone says anything to you, you just fax them, "I'm being framed."
I'm framed! It wasn't me!
Yeah. I mean, it's giving, it's very much giving, and I just had this discussion with somebody, why I believe Lee Harvey Oswald was the only person in the Kennedy assassination, was that a police officer asked him to stop, and he went, "I didn't do it!"
Jesus. I didn't know that piece of information. That's interesting.
One day when we do the Kennedy assassination conspiracies, and I'll like run through all of it.
But you know what else is really interesting? When they found Alan's body, they found that he was castrated and shot in the back of the head.
Like execution style?
I think so.
Ew.
It just like shot in the head and castrated. So I wonder if they castrated him before or after he died.
Oh, I am sure they did it first.
Yeah, because Linda, she's not well. Homegirl's not well.
I'm sure she did it first.
Yeah, to torture him. She probably, maybe Alan was talking about leaving and that pissed her off, so she was
I think he cheated.
Oh, you know?
Yes! Because when you, like, define the genitals, it is, like, I listen to way too much true crime, but, like, it's a profound statement.
Yes. Oh, that makes so much sense. I love that.
Like, you don't mutilate somebody's genitals, like, just because they cut you off on the highway.
Right. Okay. I love that. Okay. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. He cheated on Linda, and that's why she allegedly killed him.
Allegedly.
Now, unfortunately, the police did not have enough evidence to arrest anyone for the murder, even though they found them in the cult house's whole crawl space. And to the date, if I can talk today...
was it the cult house, or was it the...
Well, it's their other cult house. It's still one of the cult's houses.
It's not...
They found them in Wyoming.
It's not the Black Jail cult house.
No, it's not the Black Jail.
one in Cheyenne.
Don't worry. We're going to get back to the Black Jail cult house. We're going to
Okay.
get back there. But to the day she died, Linda held true to that fact that she did not... Well, not fact. She held true that she did not kill her husband, and that it was actually her fourth husband that called the police that actually killed him. Now,
I think... Sorry, I was going to say, I bet she didn't kill him. She ordered the killing.
She might have. And God only knows, like, why the fourth husband was still involved. I imagine he was probably still involved with the cult, and that's why he was involved. But how did Linda die, you ask? She died of liver failure, and she told her family that she drank to excess to stop the voices in her head. So, something's going on there, Samantha. Now, the only conviction ever made for the murder was Julia, one of Linda's followers and friends, and she was actually one of the only remaining people when the cult dwindled from its 350 followers to just 4 followers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because
Oh my god, what a shit cult.
Right, people got in there, and they were there for a while, and they were like, no ma'am, we're out.
As soon as they heard Linda had... liver failure, they went, "She is not Jesus, bye."
Right.
Oh my god.
Now, they convicted Julia for being an accomplice to murder in 2004 for supposedly helping bury Alan's body in the crawl space. But no one else was ever convicted for Alan's murder. Now, murder wasn't the only crime activity the cults were believed to be involved in. Some people believe the Samaritan cult had something to do with the Oklahoma City bombing, where someone...
Wait. You said, I think this cult is involved in other crimes.
Yes.
And I immediately went to, probably human trafficking, probably drugs, probably like money laundering, tax evasion... The Oklahoma City bombing?
Yeah, and if you don't know, it was a really big bomb. It killed 168 people.
Yeah, like during the Clinton administration, it was like a city-county building?
Yeah, so it was the Alfred P. Mora Federal Building. And what happened is they parked a truck outside.
Yeah.
Well, not the Samaritan cult, someone parked a truck outside of there and blew that shit up.
Dude, that was like 9/11 before 9/11.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know. Like, I knew it was serious, but I know it was like 9/11 serious. Like, when you look at pictures, like, go look up pictures of the Oklahoma bombing.
I'm pretty sure, like, people, like, linked Osama bin Laden to it.
Well, people are linking the Samaritan cult because the truck that did the bombing was actually parked outside of the Samaritan cult house the week before, the bombing happened. So that's why people think they were involved with the Oklahoma City bombing, because that truck was parked outside.
Okay, the reason why I said it was 9/11 before 9/11 was it was like one of the biggest terroristic attacks on American soil since Pearl Harbor. It was not as big as Pearl Harbor. 9/11 was bigger than Pearl Harbor, which is why we obviously remember it. But the thing about Oklahoma City bombing was that in the 40 years from Pearl Harbor, 50 years.
Okay.
40? 50?
Bitch, I don't know. Just say what you're going to say.
It was like the biggest terrorist attack in the United States because other than that, it was just like little bombs, and this was a big bomb.
It was huge. Like I said, go look at pictures because half that building was fucking gone.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big that fucking bomb was. But again, they're tying the Samaritan cult to the Oklahoma bombing. So there's a lot going on with this cult. Lots of dark practices, murder, rituals, all sorts of crazy beliefs. And this all leads us to the haunting of the Black Jail or Samaritan cult house. So let's get into some of these hauntings and reports of the hauntings.
I hope Linda's in there.
We're going to get into that. So, on the first floor and in the basement, disembodied voices can be heard.
We love a disembodied voice here.
Now, there are also reports of metal doors slamming in the jail, even though there's only one metal door left in the jail.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait. Does the metal door, does it still have the capacity to close, or is it like rusted open?
Yeah, I think it still has the capacity to close.
Oh.
I mean, it could be that one, but I think what they're referring to is they hear multiple doors closing at a time. So,
but still, I don't know what's worse, that one door opening and slamming shut on its own, or if it was rusted open and you still hear them.
Yeah, it would still be scary, especially if you were the only one in the building and all of a sudden it's
Yes, because you're in a cell and you're looking away from the door and you hear the door slam shut behind you. Oh my god,
creepy.
I would leap out of my skin. Go to another astral plane. Leave my husk behind.
Oh, that would... Right, exactly. Me too.
One thing about Paul, he loves when I leave my husk behind.
And give yourself to the sky.
Take me. We're unhinged this episode.
Yeah, we are. Another report is of a woman with a long printed dress, big hat, and white gloves that is often seen. She is believed to be from the Nazarene church days, and there is also the voice of a woman singing being heard. So maybe she was singing prayers or something like that.
Go sing it on the mountain.
Which... it's a comforting song, but when you hear it and there's nothing there, it would be so creepy. Ooh.
Also, when a crazy cult member could sing Kumbaya and it's creepy. Kumbaya, my lord.
You put the right sound effect on that bitch, it's scary.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Spooky.
I really hope,
I don't like
the
that
listeners
bitch.
weren't expecting that, and we get a bunch of things I deadass thought somebody was haunting me for a second.
So, another weird thing that happens is the sound of children playing is sometimes heard outside of the jail on its property.
No. We all know how I feel about children ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Now, there will be more on the children ghosts later.
Oh, not the children ghosts.
Now, most of the paranormal investigations of the building are from locals, so I couldn't find much info. But you know what gave me a lot of information on this building and its hauntings?
Wikipedia?
Our good buddy, Zach Baggins.
Oh!
It always comes back to our good Judy Zach. So, let's get into Zach's investigation a little bit. Now, at the beginning of the episode, Zach is talking with one of the owners, and the owner requests him to try and conjure up Alan Ross or Linda.
No. No. First of all, I don't want nobody conjuring nothing. Second of all, I don't want Zach Baggins involved with any conjuring type shit.
You know what's funny? Zach had a similar reaction. He was like, you want me to do what?
Good. Zach, good on you.
See, I don't know why he was so surprised they asked them to try and find Linda and Alan there, because those are the most famous Well, two of the most famous people, like, who are
Find them
supposedly
or conjure them.
Conjure their ghosts.
Yeah, no,
Or try and find their ghosts, whatever.
Did we learn nothing from the Conjuring series?
Girl.
You don't try to summon nothing. 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 Nothing.
Because you don't know what you're going to try and conjure. You don't know what you're actually going to conjure. Now, during the initial investigation, during the daytime, keep in mind, this is during the daytime, the initial walkthrough, Zach uses his third eye to see. He said he developed his third eye during all of his years of paranormal investigation. And he uses his third eye to see 3 figures in the basement through a hole in the floor. Now, keep in mind...
Finish, and then I have a hot take.
Now, keep in mind, the building is falling apart, so that's why he could see, like, through a hole in the floor, like, those 3 figures with his third eye, and he says there's something bad in the basement. What were you going to say?
This is a hot take, and this is probably going to get us blocked by Zach Baggins, but I do believe that every person ever born has psychic abilities.
Yes, you just have to unlock them. Keyword
ability. You are able to get to them, or like you're able to reach them. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I call bullshit on this because I unlocked listen. As a sensitive person, I have gone to psychic development classes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, just go to a bunch of haunted places. It is strenuous meditation and work on yourself.
It does take a lot to unlock those abilities. Like, you said.
And I'm calling bullshit, and I'm also, you know what, I'm going to say shame on you for saying, because I am in the paranormal line of work, and I'm around ghosts all the time, I just developed this organically. Because it's an insult to those of us who have recognized we have ability and we work for it and we struggle towards it. And I'm off my soapbox, and I know that.
And that's been another TED Talk with DJ.
You're welcome. You really
kids.
Uncomfortable.
Oh, I wasn't uncomfortable. I was just like, okay, here we are. Just sit and listen. So he also talks to a local paranormal investigator who says the place is evil and negatively affects people. He also claims that there's a little girl that is seen. You remember those kids I talked about, the singing voices, or the kids playing in the yard?
Yes, but I'm also kind of concerned because back when that jail was open, they would throw kids in jail for, like, stupid shit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just assumed the little girl was a demon disguising itself.
I mean, it could be. It very could be, but also, like, back in the day, if you were a kid, like, you could get thrown into jail because you were an orphan and you were, like, begging.
Oh.
It wasn't even illegal. It's just we don't know what to do with you. We're going to throw you in jail.
Please, sir, can I have some more? No, jail!
Literally! Right!
Now, the paranormal investigator actually takes Zach into the basement where he saw the shadow people.
Oh.
And they find 2 ritualistic symbols on cards that were from the cult. Oh, shit. I actually have that drawn. I actually need that drawing for later, so I'm going to go grab that.
Okay, well, you do that. I'm going to pose a question to the audience. This cult has been gone for 20, 30 years. How are those cards were just left there? Nobody found them? Nobody touched them?
Well, there's actually a lot of stuff left over from the cult in there.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll stop being a naysayer.
So this is what one of the symbols looks like. I will put a picture. I'll take a picture of this and post it for you guys. I'll put it in the video. But...
Which one? All 3?
Yeah, all 3 was on one card. I didn't want to take it straight from the show because I didn't want to get copyrighted, so I just drew it.
But I'm thinking because this was a cult led by a woman, that last one could mean something about the divine femininity.
Maybe. I mean, they did say
that... It does look like a vagina. Like, in the most, like...
I don't know. I just see a V.
I say that, but I've also, like, studied art history, like, going back a long time, and, like, V's always... So V's in ancient religious context represent the divine feminine because it looks like a womb or a vagina, whereas a point represents masculine because it looks like the tip of a phallus or a penis.
Interesting. Well, they actually did say that these were demonic symbols, and we'll get into later.
Oh, yucky. I touched that.
Yeah, and we'll get into later what the cult said these symbols mean.
Shit. I had a paranormal experience that I wanted to talk about that.
We'll do it next time. Okay. We got to get back into this shit, okay? So, another investigator who Zach interviewed was looking through some of Alan Ross's stuff that was left over, right? Because, like I said, there's stuff left over from the cult still, a lot of stuff. And when she was looking through the stuff, from behind, it felt like someone, pulled her with a strong from behind, as if they didn't want her looking through Alan Ross's stuff, because these were, some of his journals and stuff.
Alan Ross, was he the fifth or the fourth husband?
He was the fifth husband.
He was
dead
killed.
one.
The
dead
castrated
husband.
one,
Yep.
yes. Okay, I'm with you.
So, after these interviews, Zach's team is reviewing the videos, and they actually do get an EVP. And the EVP, Zach is asking, what do you want? And they catch a voice saying, video.
No, I hate it.
Now that we know that EVP said video, one thing to keep in mind is
that.
Alan Ross was actually a videographer. Yeah, he was a videographer in Chicago before he got caught up with Linda's bullshit.
Ew.
So that EVP actually makes a lot of sense, or it could be referring to all their cameras because they're filming all this. So before they begin the real investigation, they are talking and discover a member of Zach's team actually has a barcode tattoo. Now, why is that relevant, you ask? Well, of course, it's relevant because the cult believes barcodes are evil.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
They would actually sit their groceries when they would buy them on symbols to dispel the evil of the barcodes that are on their groceries.
Now, why were barcodes evil? Please tell me what was tracking them. Zombies or vampires? Werewolves? Were werewolves tracking them through the barcodes?
That's a good question. It doesn't say. It just says that they're evil and that they would sit their groceries on symbols like this one to dispel the evil energy from the barcodes. So one of Zach's investigators having the barcode tattoo, they're going to use that to their full advantage to try and piss Linda off if she is there. Now.
But then that begs the question, did Linda actually believe her own lies, or?
Who knows? Zach invites Darren Evans, a demonologist who mainly focuses his studies on Zozo the demon. Darren tells Zach the ritualistic symbols that he found are demonic. So he's the one who actually told Zach that these symbols are demonic and everything. And this person was actually featured in a previous episode about Zozo the demon, where they actually do conjure Zozo.
I hate that you just said his name 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I know you... It wasn't uninterrupted. I think the rule is it has to be uninterrupted like Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. I just hate that it was 3 times. You said it the second time. I said, please don't say it a third time. And then you immediately said it and I went, oh, fuck.
Shit! We're fucked! So, now that we know there's demons there and everything, what do? Play with a Ouija board. They bring the Ouija board, kids! So
no.
Zach and the demonologists are playing the Ouija board, right? And they don't get any answers at first. But then Zach starts getting physical twitches, like he starts twitching and he gets bad feelings. And after he starts getting
It's that third eye. It's just opening. It's just winking. I know sometimes my 4th eye winks.
Bitch, shut up. You're so stupid.
Do you even know what my 4th eye is?
Yes, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Good.
I hate
Those
it.
who though.
I hate it here. Bitch, back to the fucking demons.
This is my birthday episode.
Apparently. So the planchette on the board then starts moving after they ask, who is here? It spells JP. And who do they think JP is?
James.
Yep, James Phillips, who was a murderer who was held in the jail. And they found... So basically what happened to James is he was in his jail cell for murdering people. They were going to hang him. Mm-hmm. And so they started building the gallows they were going to hang him on outside his window. And he saw that. And they said he was so scared from seeing that he had a heart attack and died. Because they found his body in there.
Lame.
Now, they do say that they can still hear, like, in the cell where he died, that they hear someone walking back and forth in the cell. And also people say that they can see his ghost through the cell window from across the street.
I don't think he had a heart attack because he was scared. I think he had a heart attack because this is Oklahoma in the 1800s. Ooh. And I think he had a heart attack because he ate nothing but beef jerky and, like, biscuits made with nothing but butter.
Probably. He was on that Paula Deen diet, girl. Those arteries.
And you know what? If you're in jail, he was probably being fed bread and water, and his body probably just went into shock.
Probably.
I'm just saying that because, like, it's just a little too cliche. He saw the gallows and he was so scared he had a heart attack.
This story might not even be true, you know? Now, let's keep going, though. So, Zach actually, after they get this little tidbit from the Ouija board, Zach switches off the Ouija board, and then the crew member with the barcode goes in and clocks in on the Ouija board. Then, the planchette starts moving like crazy. So, to make this part more understandable, I'm going to make it like a conversation, okay? Mm-hmm. So, when I say boys, that's them asking a question. And then when I say board, that's the Ouija board responding, okay? So, boys, did you die here? Board, no. And the boys, who do you not like here? And the board spells out 1119, which are the numbers on the barcode tattoo.
And
also the card, that card they found with the ritualistic symbols on it, it has those numbers on it as well. It has those 1119 numbers on it.
I hate that.
Coincidence? So then the boys ask, were you here when this was a prison? The board says no. The boys then ask, how many spirits are we communicating with? The board says 1. The boys ask, is this Linda? The board says yes. Boys, do you like us here? The board says no, obviously. And then the board says, kill, get out. And the demonologist thinks this is actually Zozo showing up, Zozo the demon showing up because it's attached to him. So...
What do you mean it's attached to him?
Well, he keeps summoning Zozo. I told you he works with...
I thought...
Not the barcode person, the demonologist.
I thought Z was attached to the Ouija board.
No, it's attached to the guy. Because, like, this demonologist often works with Zozo.
Okay.
So...
Okay, I'm with you.
So, finally, the board spells out J, family, and kidney. So, J is actually the person who, like, with the barcode tattoo that's doing the Ouija board. Mm-hmm. And the kidney thing is significant because one of his family members is actually going through dialysis and has kidney failure. Okay. And you see the symbols that were on the card? Mm-hmm. So one is J, and his last name starts with a W.
And what about the V?
I don't know about the V, but the back of the card also says kidney on it. Because the back of the card says... like, what's going on, like, what's associated with the card.
Wait, you're telling me this card says 1119.
On the back.
On the back, which is the barcode tattoo.
Yeah.
His name is J, or his initials are JW.
Yes.
And there's a kidney on the back, and one of his relatives...
Well, there's multiple things on the back, because the cards mean multiple things, but one of the things it's associated with was kidney.
I hate this. Yeah. I want to be done.
So if this is true, if Zach... and, like, they're not making this shit up, this would be one of the wildest fucking, not coincidences, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it would be so wild if all of this shit was true. And obviously, the guy is shaken, and he, like, stops. They stop the Ouija board, and he has to get out because, like, that's his family, and he's shook and everything.
Yeah, is this one of his normal crew?
Yes. Jay, I forget his last name, I'm not gonna lie to you.
His name's Jay?
Yeah. Maybe it's one of the... crew members, like his crew members.
Must be one of the new ones.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Thank you. Exactly.
I'm not as up on the new ones.
So after discussing his family and everything and like why they should stop, Zach says they need to be brave and they can't show the demon fear. So we have to go back in there, guys. And then, of course, when they go back in, Zach sees a board levitate and then slam back down on the ground. Now, was this on video? Not that I saw. They tried to show us, but it was a little dark.
Of course.
But after that, after this board levitating and then slamming on the ground, then they are done their investigation. Now, if all of this is true, that would make this one of the most paranormally active places I've heard of, because that's a lot of shit.
That is a lot of shit.
And it's crazy. Now, one thing I do want to bring up about this place, remember how I said it's old and condemned basically and everything?
Yes.
There's actually black mold in the place, right? And it was heavily suggested that they wear masks to protect themselves.
Did they?
Some of them did, but some of them didn't.
Was Zach one of them?
Zach did wear a mask because,
Okay.
Zach has lung problems and everything.
Yes, and he has the eye problems from the demon house.
But I will say the demonologist and Jay, the other person who was on the Ouija board with the kidney guy, barcode boy or whatever, he actually wasn't wearing a mask either.
And the
inside.
demonologist didn't?
No, the demonologist didn't.
Could they have been having a shared hallucination?
Maybe, because if you know anything about black mold, it can cause anxiety, depression, memory problems, irritability, emotional changes, chronic fatigue, and exhaustion.
And also, when you're having a hallucination, it's very easy to influence. Mm-hmm. You're very easily influenced. So, if you and I were both hallucinating.
Right.
And I said, I see a purple monster. You'd say, oh my God, so do I, because I would say it and you would see it. And I would say, and you would say it has 3 eyes. And I would say, it does, because you saying it has 3 eyes influences me.
Okay. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look into shared hallucinations. I'm going to have to look into that phenomenon because I don't know much about that. So I'm going to have to look into that.
Well, when it's something like this, where it's an external factor causing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think the black mold probably had an effect on them and things they were feeling during this investigation.
I agree.
And
I agree.
Very much would not be surprised if it also impacted just anyone who visited and caused false paranormal things happening. Now, do I think this place is haunted? Probably. There's a lot of things going on in there, okay? There's a lot of things from the jailhouse to the church to now the cult, there's a lot going there, and I wouldn't be surprised if Alan was actually murdered in that building. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But that is the story of the Black Jail, or the Samaritan Cult House.
That was great.
Thank you. What are your thoughts, feelings, suggestions?
I feel really icky.
It's honestly, if this house is if this jailhouse is as haunted as they say it is,
I don't know why they don't tear it down. Why is it just... Okay, so I have this problem, anytime I hear about a jail out west, I imagine the Western movie set where it's just all sand, Rocky Mountains in the background, and there's just this one lone jail building sitting there. Mm-hmm. And so I just imagine it's sitting there in the middle of the desert by itself, and I'm sure it's not like that.
No, it's in a town.
Why don't they just tear it down?
I wouldn't be surprised if the local historical society designated as a historical landmark.
That's great. And then make it into a museum about the jail there, and you can make it a museum about what jails were like in the Old West, but
that would probably take a lot of work and a lot of money.
Yeah, it would, but it's better than just this condemned building that you can't tear down because it's and I believe very much in preserving historic architecture. But either do something to save it or tear it down, for Christ's sake.
And you will be hearing from DJ, Oklahoma Historical Society.
Why not? I mean, their Board of Tourism's already heard from me. Their Board of Education's heard from me. Why not the Board of...
Right. You're part of one of many rampages DJ is going on. No one is safe. It's his birthday and he's in power.
Yeah. Because in my last life, I was Jacqueline Kennedy, and I will preserve that architecture.
Yes! Power to the people. We're taking down... I take back everything good I said about Oklahoma.
For reference, Jacqueline Kennedy saved Grand Central Station from being torn down.
Isn't that in New York?
Yeah. She lived in New York after... Well, she was raised in New York, and then she married Jack Kennedy, and she lived in D.C. with him. And then after the assassination, she moved back to New York.
Okay. Interesting.
And after Onassis died, she saved Grand Central Station.
Now, at what point did she start eating the sheet metal?
That was from birth.
Period. You heard it here first, folks. All right. Any final?
Jackie loves sheet metal.
Oh, I have one last question for you. Smash or pass, Linda Green?
Pass.
I'm gonna hard pass too.
This is gonna sound really mean, but in my head, I just imagine she looks like Jabba the Hutt in a wig.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she'd try to bring soy milk into it, and I'm not into that.
I don't know. I keep imagining Jabba the Hutt in a wig, and it's not a good look.
No, that does not sound like a good look at all. But I hope this place is haunted. I would love to investigate it one day. So Oklahoma, Guthrie, whatever, hit us up, hit our line, have us there, and let us down. Sorry. I had a little freak out there. My brain said, what?
You had a short circuit.
Right. So comment down below what you guys think of the Samaritan cult, what you think of the jailhouse. Do you think it's haunted? Do you think it's not haunted? And also, Zach Baggins hit our line as well. We would love to hear from you.
Oh my god, if Zach Baggins messaged us, I would shit myself.
I would die.
In the best way possible.
I low-key love Zach Baggins. Like, in the best way. I low-key have a soft spot in my heart for some Zach Baggins. So, TJ, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, check below for all of our links to follow us on all of our social media. Or if you have listener stories, please send those to our email address. Please you can DM us anywhere with your thoughts, but limit your listener stories to the email so that we can easily find them. Paul, where can they find you?
You can find me at my personal Instagram and TikTok at Paul Lember, Paulember. And as usual, guys, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
And if you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram or on TikTok at The Real Teach Powers. And while Crips and Corks is meant to be an escape from the horrors of the real world, we'd like to take a minute at the end of our episodes to do our part to make the world a better place. So we'd like to shout out 3 organizations this month that you can give to make the world a better place. The first is unicef.org, helping kids who are being affected by the Palestinian genocide. The second is the ACLU, which is going to do court cases against Trump administration policies against minority groups. And the last one is the Human Rights Campaign, which is promoting LGBTQ plus civil rights in the United States.
Hell yeah.
And as we kind of talked about Jackie Kennedy, and Jackie Kennedy once said, every man can make a difference, and every man should try.
Hell yeah. Every man should try.
And I think on that note, that's all she wrote. So until next time, guys, keep your crips tight.
And your corks loose.
And Happy New Year.
Bye! Ooh, that was a good clank.
That was, Frankie. Good job.
Ooh, I felt it in my waters.
Oh, Jesus.